I'm going to show how to make a custom brush, and it's going to be a pattern a little bit like this. I'm going to start with drawing an ellipse. So I'm going to draw a small circle, and I'm going to change the colors. The fill's going to be black, and I'm going to zoom in, and I'm going to attach a line to that. So I'm going to click with my pen tool, click and, whoops, on there, Command Z, click and pull, and click and pull, and I'm going to change that around to being stroke black and fill nothing. So with this, I'm going to move it around and attach it, and I'm going to also increase my stroke thickness to one that I find aesthetically pleasing. So there is my initial koru pattern, and I also may attach that to another shape. So if I click and then click and pull, and leave it there, take that line, I might even duplicate it and reflect it, so I might do that. I'll go edit, copy, edit, paste. Now I've got two copies. I'm going to take this one, I'm going to transform it and flip it, so I'll go object, transform, I'm going to reflect it vertically, so that's an exact copy left and right. There we go, perfect copies. I'll grab those and I can group them if I want to. There's a few different treatments that I could do, and I might take that brush here, oops, take both of those, object group, maybe even flip them, and that's going to pop over here. Maybe take a copy of it, bring it over, oops, daisy, option drag, there's a copy, and I might object, transform, reflect, vertically again, okay, use my mouse, hey presto, I've got a bit of a pattern that I could then use to repeat. This one, probably want to highlight the whole thing, maybe group that again, object group, resize that down, and I'll make a copy of it over here, object, transform, reflect, horizontal, then I can use my mouse and just line them up. I've stuffed that bit up a little bit, double click it, and should be able to grab that one and move it around a bit. Isolate. My resizing adjusted it in a way that I didn't really like. So if you take your time, you'll end up with a much better job of that. So this is one little segment, and if I repeat it, which can be done relatively easy, then I can turn that into a custom brush, and I can apply that anywhere I like. I've made that look pretty easy because honestly that'll take you 20 minutes, 30 minutes the first time you do it. I'm going to turn that into a brush to apply with some strokes. So if I go Window, Stroke, not Window, Stroke, New Version, Pattern Options, no, that's not it either, nothing's where it used to be. Symbols, Windows. There we go. Symbols. Windows, symbols. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a brush, and I'm going to make my own brush. So these are some brushes, and essentially what we want to do is to be able to apply that. So if I took a line and then I click one of these brushes, it will apply whichever brush that happens to be. So I want to make my own one. So if I go click, 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 and then I've got whichever brush I like. Those are the built-in ones, but I want to make my own. It's as simple as highlight your object and object group, drag and drop it into here, into the brushes, and I'm going to choose the default option and call it scatter brush 1. OK, and there it is. So if I click this line and I click that, I've got a brush line that I can have. It's going to apply anywhere I like. So if I do a large rectangle and apply that brush, you can see it's got stitching. Apply that one, hasn't worked quite the way I want it, so I will try again. Pattern brush. There we go, that's what we're after, pattern brush. Okay, so I'm going to take that one and delete it. Particularly well. Make it a little larger. Some of the settings around the corners. Apply 2 strokes. Alrighty, so those are some options, a little bit rushed. Let's try a new version.